And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Wild Arms 3. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and we now need to traverse through Nidhogg Pass. And we gotta do a few things alongside that. But, yes, we need to go through Nidhogg Pass yet again in order for us to actually move on. I know that sounds weird, because it's like, well, where does Nidhogg Pass take you? Well, if you remember, it takes us to where Yggdrasil was. And for us to benefit from anything over in that vicinity, we actually have to get down there. And there was a location of interest that was really the reason we ended up going down there to begin with. Luckily, this place isn't too hard to navigate. It's just something extra you gotta do. And I take that back. Now I gotta do this. I didn't think so. We're just here to move on, so... Well, there is a few things in that area that we would like to probably take care of. Shoot. Luckily our migrant level is so high it's not a big deal. Which, speaking of that, we need to get it a little higher if we want to do one of the other fights. The bonus boss fights coming up. Which means we need to go to the Fallen Sanctuary at some point, or what is it? The World's Footprint, I think, also has one that we haven't picked up yet. Ever since we got to Change Crest, things have quite literally changed. To a degree, so... We gotta renegotiate these puzzles. Yeah. That's not that at all. You know what? We need to do this. There we go. May as well. Kind of screwed that up. Screwed it up again. Now you'll notice our funds are really low. I bought 2 water crystals, or water rings. We're short 1, but that's not going to be a problem after we deal with this. So. This frickin' one. Oh god. Now I gotta remember how to do this. Let's see if I can still remember how to do this. And yes, you guys have to sit while I do this. Just take us there already. No, you must understand my suffering. There we go. Ah, crap baskets. That doesn't help. Move 'em all over one more. Down. There we go. Made it! And just so we don't have to endure all that again, I don't know. I believe when we were actually out this way, we forgot to look for something. Yes. There we go. Now that's only findable with the thingy that we have. That thingy that we got. The track. You know what I'm talking about. For fuck's sake. It's only findable with that. So, now we need to see. Let me see here. It's. I don't think it even shows up on here, does it? No, it doesn't. So weird that it. Well, maybe I passed it. Oh, it doesn't show up there either. So weird what I'm looking for. That's the Nidhogg Pass. That's the Millennium Puzzle. There it is. Green Lodge. Come on. Get in there. So there's a couple things we can do here. First things first, we can heal, I believe. Now, do we need to? I don't think so. No, we don't need to heal. But what we need to do while we're here is make a save. Saving's your friend. This next one's pretty rough. Now the thing with the Green Lodge is it's not a town, so you can't just warp here whenever you want. Which is, to me, kind of crappy. Because if you can't warp to it, then there's not much you can really do to... you know, you have to make your way through Nidhogg Pass every time you want to come here. So we'll go ahead and get the magic handle. And obviously you know what we're really here for over there in the corner. Let's go say hi to you. Now this particular optional special boss, whatever you want to call it, he's actually a RNG manipulator. And it's not really the RNG you're manipulating, you can just manipulate him. You just so happen you can manipulate him. Pop a lucky card. And a Gala card, because he gives good stuff. We're going to start getting really good XP from here on out with all of them. Now, here's what we need to do. It's extension. Let's just say, oh, I don't know, Piper. And we'll have Clive do a Gatling. And we might have to take one of this dude's hits. Just outright. And the reason why we're going to have to take a hit from him is because we just have to. You can see he could wipe the party pretty easily here. We have to be absolutely careful. We have to be absolutely very careful with this whole fight. Bring bring it, bring it, bring it, bitch. Okay, Mystic, a Mega Berry. Just for right now, we're just gonna have him use the full carrot on Clive. May as well. Extension. No, let's not do extension. Let's just do shield. Keep us rather on the safe side here. And this is the status lock we want to get him, or the RNG lock we want to get him into. Every time you buff, he's going to waste his turn to remove that buff. Hence why Gallows needs to every turn put a buff on somebody. And we don't want to dick around with the turn order too much because we want to make sure Clive gets hyper when he attacks. So he's guaranteed that to some degree. Now, Virginia doesn't have enough FP to do anything, so we're going to give her a full carrot before we let the rest of the party get in on that. Time he didn't do it. Interesting. We have to be weary of what he's gonna do. Ooh, look out. But we're gonna try to draw out his use of Eraser as best as we can. Let's pop a full carrot. Nice. Yes, you waste that turn. But he's gonna hit us next round because we don't have the means to stop it. We're trying to prolong what he can do for as long as we can, though. We're going to play this a bit on the safer side. Gotta love that Dark Ward. Ooh! Okay. Guard. Nice. All right. Let's switch the action order up here. So the full carrot. And Gatling. So he'll waste his turn with that. Alright. And then we'll be good for next round. We can have Virginia pop out a Potion Berry on Clive right to start. So he might need one or two more of these. I'm hoping he's done in about one more of these, but we'll see. Boom! Got him. That's a much longer fight than you probably thought. But, yeah, you just have to be very adamant and stay on point. And look at that, Virginia's going to get 3 times the XP without an XP booster. Which we should be using, but we don't need to. The XP we get from this is more than sufficient. And 192,000. Sweet. So it looks like it takes about 75,000 per level, so Jet might level twice still. Taking him up to 59, yep. And we're getting in Virginia broke 60. With Clive not far behind, well, Clive is far behind because Virginia's at 60 at this point. Alright, look at that. So, that kind of concludes what needs to be done way out here in this interesting location known as the Green Lodge. So, there's nothing, I don't believe there's anything else worth doing. If you didn't find the Millennium Puzzle over here, this is kind of your last chance to get it. So I would suggest, getting it. But it's not a big, if you don't want to go all the way out here to do this, there's not really much motivation other than a crap ton of XP. And to me, that's pretty good motivation. But we're going to get even more. We're not done yet with these bosses. We got 2 more. I know, it's hard to fathom. We've already went from like level 49, level 50, all the way up to 60. We've gained, on average, 10 levels per character. Just literally spending a little over an hour of doing this. And we get some pretty cool drops. The drop we got, Based on your FP level, will make you immune to certain magic spells. That's kind of iffy, kind of up in the air. As it's hard to say whether it's good or not. I usually am just going to flat out say it's interesting. It's neat when it kicks in. But it's not something you need to have. You can put it on somebody if you got some extra stuff to burn, but I wouldn't get behind it too much. So we'll need one more of these. I'm not a big advocate for it, as one would say. Who does not have Water Ward? I think it is just Jet. And the other two should have it and have it maxed out. Yep, Water Ward. Okay. So Jet needs it. We'll give it to, I don't know, it's Cosmic Cog. And then skill it up. Yeah. Gets him out of trouble. Now we could start doing this around now. It's a little late, but I didn't want to really give up anything else. But now I'm starting to think maybe we should. It's not going to give us enough. Actually, I don't think we really... See, realistically, we'd have to dump all of this stuff out, and I don't really want to. But you notice that we can do this. Do that. While I'm sitting here thinking about it. That. And... there we go. Let's do the Gala boost. Doesn't always kick in, but the odds of it kicking in are more likely the more people that have it equipped. It's frustrating. You know what? Let's just take poison off. There we go. Just for laughs. We're going to see how it goes in these next two fights. Depending on how much time we have. We're going to leave the town and walk back in because it's faster. But we're also going to save because this is going to be one of the harder... Again, another hard one. Not going to lie. Go ahead and save before I do anything else. Alright, we saved. Runs deep. The bottom of the well runs deep as if connecting to another river. At times you can hear a roar similar to that of a creature. Could the winds be playing a trick on you? But how would you explain this presence you feel? I would explain it with this. The cacophony that rings is a sign from the messenger of the darkness. The numerous tentacles grasp Virginia and her party. They are dragged deep into the well and come face to face with fear. It's the violating tentacle monster. What are you? The Kraken! Let's go ahead and get going. With the usual suspects here. We want that. We want Gela. Let's go ahead and pop out a Hyper. And Gatling. to get us started. Now this one could be tough because he might actually hit us hard enough to actually kill somebody in one hit, based on a certain set of variables. He's going to hit us with water attack, hence why we needed the water rings. But he does have one physical attack that is actually, I believe, a counter attack. So that's why we want to kind of set up as much as we can to resist that issue, to prevent that issue, one would say. But we're going to see what it does to Clive right now. Oh, that's not that bad, actually. He can handle it. Let's throw out a full carrot. Let's fragile him. Let us add extension for shield. And you can, I don't know. Valiant himself. Because Gallows is going to throw out permanents next round anyway. All right. Extension permanents. Get some. Didn't really know what else to make her do. I mean, we could have made her go last in the turn order, but I want to be a little bit more on top of decisions in the beginning of a round than later. By the way, that does, like, that's barely any damage to that dude, so we're not going to bother with it from here on out. We have to depend on Hyper Arts to really make this work. Or you'd have to be a much higher level than what we are to actually win. Keep hurting him, buddy. He likes it. He likes the beatings. Mystic. Full carrot. Nice. Probably gonna have to heal Clive this round. But we'll have Jet, I think, do it. Because that way it won't fill Clive up as much. No. There we go. Full carrot. just trying to figure out anything else I want to do. Oh, Earth element though. No, that's not gonna work. Alright, well, screw it. You can just kind of hang out. Okay. That for Clive. All right. Do the same deal. Must have worn off on Clive somehow. Nothing, bitch. Okay. Same deal. He's got enough health that it's hard to keep track of how really nasty he's gonna be. Alright, so probably one more of these should do it or so. One more Finest Arts should do it. But we'll see. And there it is. Whee! And we get the comic mark and a Gimbal coin, and look at that delicious XP. 95,000 XP. 456,000 Gela. That's because the pocketbook kicked in. Hence why we started making that effort. Ugh. But, look at that. Everybody should be able to get at least one level out of that. 2, actually. And there we go. Everybody's broken 60 as of now. Now, there's really only one more major, like, specialty boss out there. Like I said earlier, there's technically 2, but one is very easily ignorable because you don't really get much out of it except an EX file key, and you have to fight 99 of them or so to make it work. And they get stronger each one you fight, but you don't really get anything beneficial to my memory regarding XP or Gela or, well, from that lack of a better word, anything. It's really kind of a pain in the ass because you don't seem to get anything good for it. So overall, it becomes one of those questions where you have to ask yourself, is it worth doing? And I'm one of those people that say, unless you're a 100% completionist, it's not worth doing. Looking at you, Gerard. I can't. God, I barely watch other shows, to be honest with you guys. And I couldn't even remember the completionist name. Forgive me, Gerard. Forgive me. All right. Anyway, the magic candle's neat. Ebony Shadow we're not going to use. At least not to my feel. The comment mark is in question here, because of the finest arts we can add to. So if we look at comment mark, incrementally increases physical attack power. Well, that would be pretty good for Clive, because, you know, well, you know, what he's got. So let's go ahead and put that on Moonspark, because that's the least likely one we're going to move. Hopefully this isn't a bad idea. I sometimes have bad ideas. But this is attack plus. So put that there. And I think it's very expensive. Yeah, 10 points per level. That's a lot. We can remove water. We can technically remove counterattack at this point. Remove wind. Gives us enough for 1. And maybe we'll get 2 soon. I don't know. It's hard to say. You have to configure in your head what's, you know, worth getting rid of. Don't really care about his Arcana that much. Boom. Take off the Light Ward. Want that. Take off Dark Ward too. There we go. That's as good as we were probably going to be able to get it for now. Let's make a save. And we need to actually get one more migrant level. There's technically 2 more migrant seals that we can actually get. And I do need to think about doing that Millennium Puzzle, the last Millennium Puzzle at some point here. Right now we don't need to worry about it. It'll get done like everything else. Now what's important from here is we need to, probably the quickest way to get where I want to go, to get that last, not the last, but to get another thingamajig. We'll head to Basker Colony to get another migrant seal, because we need one more, if I'm not mistaken. And usually I do this before I fight the bosses, but I decided to do the bosses first, since I figured you guys would be far more interested in that. And whatnot. So, let's go run around over here. We just need to get to the back of this dungeon with Virginia's Change Crest. Because that's the only thing we couldn't do was that. And the world's footprint, I'd rather not navigate while we're kind of on the clock. We know nothing's going to be that dangerous down here, so it's easier, I think, to go for this one than it is to go for the other one. Darn it, wrong one. I don't think we can push him, right? But you get the idea. This one should be what we want. There's the migrant seal. Mini carrot. And the ambrosia. Alright, so now we get to get out of here. And we have to traverse another dungeon. At least it was an early dungeon. And I made reference, I want to say, way back when we were over there. I made a huge reference to what was there. And it required a duplicator. And it's a beginner's trap, because if you don't have a migrant level of 18 or higher, it actually won't let you participate in what it is. Now, number one. Number two, what it is kind of weird and messed up. Not weird and messed up, like, it's funny. I think it's funny. But it's weird and messed up that you gotta actually beat it in a very kind of specific way. Some of you might be thinking I think it's weird and messed up for the other more obvious reason. But no. It's a hilarious enemy. But that being said, it's best you be prepared as best as one can be. So really quick, since we got that, just in case we get beaten, which is possible. Whoop. Let's go to Basker and make another save, and then we'll head over to the Leyline Observatory. It's there. It's totally there. Alright, let's save. Ow. Let's move. Alright, so let's see here. This is way over there to the east. So we'll head over that way. And in we go. So let's move. For my opinion, the final boss of the specialty bosses, as far as I'm concerned. Alright. So, what do I want to do? Let's make a change. I hate to lose that one. You might be wondering, what the hell am I doing? Don't worry about it. There we go. happy with that. Okay. So one of these rooms. Alright, here we go. Before we commit to this, we're actually going to take a growth egg. And I would say put one, what do we got, 2 there? And we'll just do that. There's a reason I'm doing this, by the way. Don't worry about it. This book contains stimulating material. The author takes no responsibility for the content. Please enjoy it at your own discretion. Do you agree with the above statement? Yes. And for your dirty, dirty thoughts, you now have to deal with this. Which is kind of funny. Let's Mystic a lucky card. Gala card. And for Gallows, let's extension protect. And we're going to actually do something a little different. We're going to do this. And hope for the best. So this is a very bizarre fight in which these 12 books can just devastate a party. This is why I don't know if we can do this one or not, but I figured we'd take a look at it. But what they can do is they can do Agony Effect, which is the most dangerous thing that they actually have. The other thing that they can do is Gravity. And Gravity obviously reduces your existing health by, half. Then sometimes they waste a turn. Our goal is to stop all of this chaos. Somebody may not actually get XP from this fight. This is very, very likely. It's a very common thing to have happen. It's just because there's so many of these magazines that, like, Virginia could go down. That would just devastate this run against these guys. So we're hoping they start ganging up on Gallows here would be nice. Now, what we could have done, too, I guess I could have given Gallows the medium that allows him to put Reflect up, but he hasn't even had a turn yet, so I say that with a, a hint of sarcasm here. Yeah, see, Gallows wouldn't have even had the chance to put it up before we gotten this massive onslaught here. But luckily everybody lived, so we're hoping that this works out the door, but sometimes it doesn't, and you're just kind of up the creek without a paddle. We're going to summon Fiery Rage, and let's Accelerator the Mega Berry. Probably should have done that. But you can see they're kind of in like different groups, so it wouldn't really help. There's a good chance Jet and Clive might miss out on the spoils here, but that's just the way it goes. But here's hoping, guys. Fingers, toes, and testicles crossed. I did not pronounce that right because I'm tired and I want these poor mags to die. They did not die, did they? Oh no! Yeah, we're probably gonna die. So like I said earlier, is either people may not get XP from this fight, or better than that, we have to get Gallows to kind of prevent the amount of damage we're going to take from this, based on loadout. So we'll worry about that in a minute. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue, but like I said, there's no way we can get Jet up, so he's just going to miss out on a lot of XP. I have a feeling. Or we just reload from the other place, which is also an easy option. And just reconfigure everybody the way we want. But yeah. I don't know why I cast that, but sure, why not? Well, it's because of he has it attached to him. So he's putting up every buff that he can because that's one of his skills that he has equipped on him, so that doesn't mean that we've gotten our turn yet, which is very bad. Very, very bad. And that's oh no, oh no, that's all she wrote, because we can't do the rest of what we want to do. So we should just let him kill us because of reasons. Because we don't have enough to mystic anything, so yeah, we lost. I can't load from here. God damn you! Why even put it there? Which makes me wonder who had Reflect. Must have been Jet, or it could have been Clive. That's not gonna do shit. You know what? Fuck it. We're going for it. She somehow survives this, we can win. And I'll just take it. I'll just take the win. I don't care. It's not that important to me. Not that important to me. No, she's done. Alright, kill Gallows. And I'll reload. And we will do this the right way. Is the name of the magazine Suckbee? No, we're not going to continue. We're not in a state to deal with that. This is why we save before we go out there. So, what is that? Our second or third death? Maybe. And mostly it's because I done goofed. I think there was only one battle that was legitimately troublesome. So let me get back to where we were, and then we'll continue on. Alright, so we got the setup we needed. We got Flash Strike on the right person we wanted on. And this time it shouldn't be as big of a deal. We're still going to run into the issue. Oops. So what was I getting at? I forgot already. Everything is set up this time. Hopefully, again, the first round is a lot of luck regarding the first round, but we'll see how it goes. Reflect. Virginia. So all I did was, like I said, moved around the mediums a bit more. And we're going to have to hopefully survive a round of this. Easier said than done. Come on. Luckily, they're really whipping the crap out of Gallows, who, once he gets his turn in, it's not going to be a big deal. But we need him to get his turn in. That's a big one. We may not luck out and get the kill here, so yeah. That's bad. That's really bad. How many turns are there? There's 12 of them. Of course. Did I use a lucky card? Why do I get the feeling I didn't? We'll find out in a minute here. Because everybody's got full FP. Am I having like an old person moment? I think I am. Well, shoot. This is going to even take longer now because I don't know if I did it. You know what? Fuck this. Let's just do this. Could have sworn I did, but maybe not. Or Gallows did something and I missed it. I don't know. Let's try to just get through it. There we go. Not enough to kill him, though. Strange. Yeah, it's not going to protect us from that agony effect, unfortunately. We may just have to come back and do this later or whatnot, too. But yeah, we're having it pretty rough. Try to get Virginia back up here. As long as they keep using that, we're good. But I have a feeling Gallows isn't going to be able to kill him either. Sure as hell going to try. And they're down. So yeah, we get Adventure 10, which is really the perk of this fight. XP all around. And yeah, only Gallows and Clive are going to benefit. What are you going to do, you know? But the levels are a little more balanced with Jet falling behind, but that's just the way that goes. Oh my, I used to get much more excited over things like this back when I was a student. I've become a mature adult, I suppose. Oh, wait a minute. I believe you get different responses, but I also want to make sure you don't actually have to fight it again. Because we kind of lucked out there. But anyway, yeah, so regardless, that is the battles of the specialty bosses. Obviously, the adult mags are easily the hardest because they're kind of the cheapest in a way, as with regards to how you have to fight them. Beyond that, there's an enemy called Atiok, or Artiok. I forget his actual full name, but I've done it once, like Regula Regala. It's worth doing once. And it was more of a waste of time than anything else, I felt. Maybe I will keep this save, because we could go for 100% completion as just some standalone thing. You know, go and do the dual Regula Regala fights in the Abyss and all that. We can do that stuff. That's maybe, but I don't think I want to get this out to you guys in a reasonable amount of time. And I know for a fact that if I dick around with Regula Regala and the Artiok fights, it's gonna make this like 1,000 episodes, and it's just not worth it. As much as I love this game, it's not worth it to you guys to have to sit through all of that, or it's just me putting in 10 hours of gameplay just to get all the Atioks done and do the Abyss enough times, get the things I need to beat, and the money too that I need to beat Regula Regala, because you're going to need a lot of status resistance items and all of these different things. You're going to need in mass quantity. And it's really just easier to honestly not bother with it. I know it sounds weird. Just, don't bother with it. Just go right into, you don't need any of those things to beat the game, but to do like Regula Regala, you need to be resistant to like every element. Fully resistant. You need to go through all the levels of the Abyss. You need multiple people with finest arts. It becomes a pain in the ass. And which means you need to get an enemy inside the lowest levels of the Abyss to do a rare drop of the Violator. And if you really want more accessibility, you get a third one. But it's a pain in the butt. It's not worth it in the long run. In the grand scheme of things, there's so many other things that are more worth your time in this game than that. But if you really, really deeply love the gameplay mechanics of Wild Arms 3, then I will tell you this: you can enjoy those side quests. I enjoy those side quests at times. I just feel for the sake of a Let's Play, it's a bit much and a bit unnecessary to do that stuff. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And when we come back, we're going to go into the overworld and into some dungeons and get all the Change Crest items we've kind of missed out on because we didn't have the Change Crest. Now that we have the Change Crest, the sky is the limit. And we definitely want to... whoops, I don't know if I want that, but we'll figure that out. We definitely want to start investing into those items. We're also going to start looking back into the Telepath Towers thing that we were working on prior, amongst other things, and so on. So we've got our work cut out for us going forward. So yeah. Yay. I'll take that off for now. We have better ways to kill things now. Still short. I want that. We can take that off. Alright, so yeah. So again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all this good stuff. I am your host, the RPG Guy. And when we come back, Overworld grabs and Telepath Towers. You don't want to miss out on that. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We will see you guys next time.